Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Good evening and welcome. Rahul Gandhi must stop reducing everything down to caste. Today he met some trackmen of the Indian Railways and said, most shockingly, that they are like the Mahadalits of the Indian Railways. What does he mean? He's saying that effectively they are from a different caste, effectively, than the engine drivers, who in turn, according to this warped logic, are effectively from a different caste than the ticket collectors and so on. What madness is this? If you introduce this kind of extremely divisive logic all the time, you will break the million-plus strong workforce of the Indian Railways into different groups with animosity towards each other. And in the process, you will destroy the unity of the Indian Railways, which is in itself one of the greatest unifiers and greatest institutions of this country. You know how dangerous that is. You know that, viewers. Now, in July, Rahul Gandhi had taken a large film crew. I'll show you the pictures. He takes this 15, 20, 25 member film crew wherever he goes. Not these pictures, ladies and gentlemen. And in those pictures, you see that. See the pictures. Now, you see, even before he comes in, see cameraman 1, cameraman 2, cameraman 3, cameraman 4, film director. Do you see a single Railways employee there? No. It's a film crew. So I'm showing you the pictures so you understand what they are doing. Let's be smart about it. Anyway, this was supposed to be a supposed meeting with loco pilots, but you see in these pictures, there are more film crew and possible actors shooting these reels like a Bollywood film set. And during this very expensive multi-crore film shoot, there are more film crew than loco pilots. But fundamentally, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the point. The point is that you and I have a clear choice now as citizens. Rahul Gandhi is practicing extreme caste division. The entire politics is extreme caste division. It is a kind of Lalu Prasad Part 2, Lalu Prasad 2.0 version of politics that Rahul is following. And look at what Lalu is saying. Yesterday, Lalu says he will resort to anything, including force, to implement the caste census. And Rahul Gandhi is extending that the next day by bringing caste in absolutely everything. So Lalu Prasad and Rahul Gandhi are working very closely together. Ladies and gentlemen, exactly the words he used with the trackmen of the railways, he was using to divide our armed forces, can you believe it, a few days back. When he said that there are two kinds of soldiers. These are the exact words of Rahul Gandhi. One, the kind of soldiers who are from minorities and Dalits and tribal families and Muslims, and others who are, in his view, the children of the rich. Now, viewers, this is not just false, but this is the language that our country's enemies would want to hear. There can be no greater crime in my view, than to now start dividing our army on caste lines, dividing our military on religious lines. And Rahul Gandhi is doing exactly that. This extreme division, which is a short-term political tactic, may appeal to certain vote banks. But let me tell you, and we all need to know this will break our nation forever. This is exactly what the foreign agents, what the foreign conspirators want. We must be extremely careful now. Rahul Gandhi says there should be caste quotas in the Miss India competition. And that may sound funny, it may sound bizarre, the kind of 30-second foolish reel that you will laugh at. But when you want the authors of the budget which unites India divided on extreme lines, when you want the Indian judiciary, even the Supreme Court of the country that brings us all together, divided on which judge is Muslim, who is not, which judge is from which caste and who is not, which general and which soldier from the army is from which caste and who is from another. Then remember, viewers, what I'm saying to you today, this is exactly the language that both the American deep state and the Chinese intelligence machinery would want to hear. That's how dangerous this is. This is exactly the kind of extreme division that Soros would absolutely love, maybe even sponsor, because it undermines Bharatiya nationalism that Soros and the American deep state would be happy to pump millions and are probably pumping billions to counter. And that is why you and I, all of us, have a choice now. And viewers of Republic, make that choice. That choice is between national unity on the one side and extreme division on the other. I have made my choice. You must make yours. Republic and I are for national unity. Please don't stand aside at this moment when our nation's unity is openly under threat by extremely divisive forces from within. Make your choice too. If you're watching this, please forward this video as soon as you can, to as many as you can. We have to bring every Bharatiya together as strongly as we can, as soon as we can. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my appeal to you. I have 3 debates tonight. Debate number 1, this extreme obsession with caste. First caste in the army, caste in the judiciary, now caste in the railways. Divide and rule. Debate number 2 tonight, Rahul Gandhi says on the Jammu and Kashmir campaign that people from outside Jammu and Kashmir are outsiders. This is Bharat Todo, ladies and gentlemen, not Bharat Jodo. At 9 o'clock tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on debate number 3, bulldozer justice. A big fight between Akhilesh and Yogi. Let's take sides on that too at 9 o'clock, and here are the headlines. This Wednesday evening on the Debate Tonight.
मुझे लग रहा है, मैं देख रहा हूँ रेलवे, तो मुझे लग रहा है कि जात का सिस्टम बना रखा है पूरा। ये सबसे ऊपर राजा महाराजा है और फिर आस्ते 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 अलग अलग जातें बना रखी हैं।
Rahul Gandhi, a champion in implementing the old colonial doctrine of divide and rule, now brings a dangerous, after trying to divide the army on caste lines, after trying to divide the judiciary on caste lines, now he wants to divide the Indian railways effectively using caste logic. Extremely dangerous line that he has taken. This is the most recent example.
दंगाइयों के सामने और माफियाओं के सामने नाक रगड़ने वाले बुलडोजर क्या चलाएंगे? बुलडोजर को देख करके इनको वैसे ही हार्ट अटैक हो जाएगा।
Yogi's bulldozer rolls on illegal property belonging to accused in criminal cases as a symbol of justice. Akhilesh Yadav gives it a spin. He says if the Samajwadi Party government is formed, then bulldozers of the entire state will head towards Gorakhpur, where Yogi Adityanath is from. In a historic move, the centre and the northeastern state of Tripura have together signed a peace pact with 2 insurgent groups, the National Liberation Front of Tripura and the All Tripura Tiger Force in New Delhi. Amit Shah says the development will help all the cadres give up arms and return to the mainstream. And controversial former RG Corps principal supported by Mamata Banerjee, Sandeep Ghosh, arrested by the CBI on corruption charges. Mamata Banerjee's police is now under question for trying to shield him. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mamata government had given him a clean chit earlier in the same graft case. Meanwhile, a nervous Sandeep Ghosh has moved the Supreme Court against the High Court's order of transferring his case to the CBI. Ladies and gentlemen, to bring caste into everything directly hurts our national interest. And so to go to every section of the Indian Railways and try to provoke them is one thing. But to divide the Indian Railways and say some workmen from the Indian Railways are effectively from one caste and others are from another brings in a caste logic into the functioning of India's greatest unifier. Ladies and gentlemen, there have to be limits to this extreme caste division. Let's debate. Guru Prakash Paswan and Ratan Sharda, Anwar Pasha of the RJD, Ratan Sharda of the RSS, Guru Prakash Paswan of the BJP, and Santosh Mehrotra is generally anti-BJP and an academic. I welcome you all into my debate. We are in a very serious turn today that Rahul Gandhi is saying that the trackmen are like the Mahadalit. The trackmen of the Indian Railways, who constitute maybe about 30% of the workforce of the Indian Railways, he is saying they are the Mahadalits of the railways. And then a few days back he met the loco pilots. Today he is going to the trackmen saying you are the Mahadalits and the loco pilots are from another caste effectively. You see, the Indian Railways is one of the greatest unifiers in the country. If Rahul Gandhi brings this crazy logic that ticket collectors are like from another caste, the locomotive drivers are another caste, and the trackmen are another caste, and he has also said that there are two kinds of soldiers in the Indian army. There are soldiers who are Muslim and soldiers who are rich. There are soldiers who are Dalits and Adivasis, and there are soldiers who are general caste. They are different from each other. Now, we decide right now how hard we want to fight this. I say to the people of the country, fight this. This is the most dangerous logic that one has ever seen. These are my opening remarks. And I'd like to invite who would like to come in with their first comment on this.
Arnab,
viewers, Ratan Sharda is coming in with this first comment. Ratan Sharda.
Railway Board has got its first scheduled caste chief of Railway Board. It never happened in the history of India, never in the history of Indian Railways. This person is calling about casteism in Railway Board. What can be more shameful than what he's saying? And to cast slurs on the Indian Army, which is the most professional run organization in the world, known for its professionalism, where every admission goes through most rigorous test ever created by any army, to say that army has this casteism is horrible. I think the railway union leaders who have been struggling for last 75, 80 years for the good of their unions would be aghast, would be ashamed that this is how Rahul Gandhi is trying to divide the people. Every organization has hierarchy.
Yeah.
And to say there's hierarchy, Mahadalit, Dalit, what did Lalu do for the Mahadalits? Please tell me. What did they do when they were in power? Which minister took special care and to treat hierarchies in the organization as Dalits and Brahmins? That will be true of any organization. Are you trying to say that there should be no hierarchy in the organization? It should be a chaotic, anarchic organization.
But there has to be a counter to this. There has to be a counter to this, Ratan Sharda. We can't complain. I request everyone who travels by the Indian Railways to oppose this logic of Rahul Gandhi. Ladies and gentlemen, every day 2.3, 2.5 crore Indians travel by the Indian Railways.
Arnab,
and when we travel by the railways, we don't ask the ticket collector what is your caste. We don't go on a train first finding out whether the engine driver is from this caste or that caste. And this is so dangerous. First, Rahul Gandhi tried to divide the Indian army on the basis of caste. Now he's going after the Indian Railways and the Indian judiciary. I'm already getting phone calls right now saying people are appalled. How can you talk like this? This is not a joke anymore. You see, this is not a joke anymore. Anwar Pasha.
Successful Dalits.
Yes, there's something extremely wrong. And by the way, by saying that you are like the Mahadalits, he's also commented against the Mahadalits.
Yes.
He's trying to say that the Mahadalits are at the lowest of the social order. He's turning a very dangerous logic in the process. Anwar Pasha has nothing to say tonight, it seems, on the debate. Santosh Mehrotra,
Arnab,
heart of heart, is
Rahul
shocked.
has tasted blood.
Yeah, so
Rahul
Anwar
has
Pasha.
tasted blood in 2024, so he will keep on playing on fault lines, which only any other nation do, not a leader of the nation.
Mr. Pasha.
Yes. Yes, Arnab ji. Have you asked question to me?
Yeah, are you completely dumbstruck by what Rahul Gandhi has done?
Arnab ji.
Are you completely dumbstruck by what Rahul Gandhi has done?
Not at all, not at all. You may be disturbed. You may be disturbed because we are moving towards social justice. The core of our ideology is social justice, and we are committed to social justice. Nobody can stop it. RSS, BJP, or even you can't stop it.
So tell me one thing.
We'll
Are you saying that the what do you mean when you say that the engine driver is a Raja and the trackman is a Mahadalit? What is this logic? It is completely crazy. Do you understand, sir? This is not the language that is supposed to be used.
It's played on the dominance of Yadavs. They recruited Yadavs in big number. The case went to court and they had to face the court. And today they're saying they're in social justice. For you, social justice only Yadavs? There's nobody else?
The way the gap between the rich and poor has increased during 10 years.
Talk about caste.
The way
Rahul
government
Gandhi
is
talks
siding
about
with
caste.
the
Don't bring in
corporate
economic
houses
now.
and the rich people.
Rahul Gandhi specifically
You have
targeted
created
caste.
a new Mahadalit in every department. In every department you have created a Mahadalit. You have created poor people. You have created people who are getting 5 kg ration, free ration for the livelihood. What is this? You have created, during 10 years you have created a new class of Mahadalit. And you are supporting the corporates.
From where?
You are supporting the rich people of the country. You are dividing the country
hundreds of crores
on
of
rich and
property
poor lines.
and other SC, SC, OBC are crying in Bihar. This is your justice.
Day by day, the poor
You
people
claim to
are
be doing
being
justice to
deprived.
society.
Their
You are the
rights are
most
being taken
divisive,
away.
exploitative party ever.
Mr. Santosh Mehrotra, may I bring you into the debate? Mr. Mehrotra, let me bring you into the debate.
You don't want justice.
Let me allow me to bring you into the debate.
How the railway?
One minute, sir. Let me. Okay, I'll tell you.
How they are treated?
Mr. Pasha.
What is the condition
Mr. Pasha,
of
a minute, please.
pilots?
Can I take a minute, please, to show you the light, to educate you, and to tell you what is right and where you are wrong, because you need to hear me tonight, sir. The people of the country are with me, not with you. And let me tell you why. We have Professor Santosh Mehrotra on the program. Today he's a visiting professor at a British university, I think. But at one point of time, he was also working with the government of India. I don't know if he still does. He was holding a high position in the Planning Commission. Am I correct, sir? Am I correct?
Yes. Sir.
What was the position?
I worked with the.
Yes.
I was a secretary to the government of India in the Planning Commission, and I wrote the design for the socio-economic and caste census, which is being used by the BJP government and the state governments of the whole country for identifying poor people.
Okay,
So
now
I
therefore, if you allow me, sir, I want to therefore, given that background, which you have yourself stated on the program tonight, I would argue that using your own logic, you had no right to hold that position unless you were a Dalit. You have no empathy. You have no empathy. Don't laugh it off, sir, because the person you are. 1 minute. The logic that Rahul Gandhi has used, that unless you are a Dalit or a Muslim, you will not understand what a Dalit or Muslim goes through.
Yes.
You are not a Dalit. You are not a Muslim. You had no right, according to Rahul Gandhi's logic, to be in that position. Neither did Jean Drèze have to be in the National Advisory Council, since he's neither a Dalit nor a Muslim. So the shoe pinches on the other foot, and Santosh Mehrotra has nothing to respond right now, because he understands that when I'm using that logic and I'm saying that he has no merit, his merit doesn't matter, his background doesn't matter, he will throw a fit tonight. He will throw a fit tonight, because when I throw that logic at him, he realizes how wrong that logic is. He realizes how warped it is, and he realizes that the logic of caste cannot be implemented on anything. He realizes that polarization discrimination is bad. He realized that being toxic is bad. And he walks off the program tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because he has no answers. Watch that, viewers. You see, when I give that example to Santosh Mehrotra, he goes into a rage. Mr. Paswan, he runs away. When I say, oh, but you were Secretary, Government of India. I didn't even ask whether he was a lateral entry.
Excellent point.
I didn't even ask whether he was a lateral entry or whether he's an IAS officer. But whether he was a lateral entry or not, Jean Drèze is not a Dalit. Jean Drèze is not a Muslim. देखिए अभी जब ये सवाल किया था सब हिल जाते हैं, एक निकल के अब पाशा जी सवाल का जवाब नहीं दे पाएंगे. ये सही बात है, ये सही बात है. और बात यह है कि हर चीज नहीं ये जोक नहीं है अभी पाशा जी, हर चीज पे नहीं देखिए नहीं बहुत हो गया, हम तोड़ने नहीं देंगे. वी विल नॉट लेट आवर कंट्री ब्रेक लाइक दिस. वी विल फाइट दिस. वी विल फाइट दिस. वी विल नॉट लेट आवर आर्मी बी ब्रोकन. वी विल नॉट लेट आवर जुडिशरी बी ब्रोकन. वी विल नॉट लेट आवर यूनिवर्सिटीज बी ब्रोकन. वी विल नॉट लेट आवर इंडियन रेलवेज बी ब्रोकन. यू कांट ब्रेक एवरीथिंग. वी हैव टेकन, सर लेट मी टेल यू, वी हैव टेकन 75 years after 200 years of British rule to make the country independent. We will not allow this.
The government against weaker sections. Why you are defending it? Why you are not supporting the caste census? Why you are so opposed to it?
Tell me one thing.
Why you are disturbed?
Achha, tell me one thing.
Let there be a caste census.
Achha, bhaiya, listen to me.
Let the deprived section
listen to me. Listen to me. Okay, listen to me.
Let the deprived section of society get their rights.
I'll get Guru Prakash Paswan on the debate because you are. I'll tell you, Mr. Pasha, listen.
You are against reservation.
Mr. Pasha,
reservation of OBC.
Mr. Pasha, listen to me. I know about this much more than you. I know about it more than you. Mr. Pasha, your logic will fail. You see, Mr. Pasha.
Answer my question.
What is your question?
What is the basis of the reservation ratio? What is the basis? Is it not caste census that was carried out in 1931 by the British? Why you are so afraid?
No.
Why
have you finished your?
Why you are not allowing to
have you finished your question?
Reservation.
Have you finished your question?
Limit of reservation was.
Baba, have you finished your question or not question? You tell me, have you finished your question? Mr. Pasha, first you listen. Finish. Mr. Pasha, I will respond to you with one line and I will make you quiet.
Afraid of the weaker
I will make you quiet. Okay, so Mr. Pasha, I understand. Mr. Pasha, बंद तो कीजिए ना. Mr. Pasha, बंद तो करे तो मैं आप जवाब दूं. All viewers are with me tonight, Mr. Pasha. भारत के हर व्यक्ति हमारे साथ है आज. आपको बता रहा हूँ.
Not acquire the highest position in the country.
Mr. Pasha, आपको मैं एक सवाल पूछूं.
Should they not be?
अच्छा मैं आपको. Okay, listen to me.
Should they not be appointed as of the judges of the High Court and Supreme Courts?
Correct.
How
हो गई
many
बात.
Supreme Court judges belong
हो
to
गई
OBC,
बात.
SC, ST and minority?
हो गई बात.
How many secretaries are there? How many secretaries in the ministry are from the weaker sections, from SC, ST and OBC?
Mr. Pasha, you are from Muslim community. Why don't you become president of RJD? नहीं आपको तेजस्वी RJD का president क्यों नहीं बनाते हैं? आप Muslim community से हैं. Muslim community को क्यों नहीं representation मिल रही है?
यादव जी has rightly said that
आपको बनाया जाएगा.
Will not spare anybody.
आपको बनाया जाएगा.
Caste census or in the way of social justice. We'll deal with them.
Okay.
We'll deal with them. The society,
you are threatening me? You are threatening we'll deal with them. What do you mean? What do you mean we'll deal with them? आप क्या करोगे? What do you mean? What do you mean you'll deal with them? No, 1 minute, Mr. Pasha. First of all, आप रुक जाइए 2 minutes.
Pay the price if they oppose the justice to the weaker section.
Okay. Now everyone on. There's no need for us double window.
And will not accept any discrimination.
Mr. Pasha, I just one question. Just 2 minutes रुक जाइए please. देखिए viewers, मैं कह रहा हूँ कि सोनिया गांधी ने NSC बनाई. NSC में जॉन ड्रेस करके एक फॉरेनर को रख दिया कि भारत में कैसा प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए इस फॉरेनर को बताना है ना? तो मैं ये बात पूछ रहा हूँ आपको कि जॉन ड्रेस क्या माइनॉरिटी से हैं कि दलित हैं? पहली बात. दूसरी बात, अनवर पाशा को आरजेडी का प्रेसिडेंट क्यों नहीं बनाया जाता? वो तो मुसलमान है, उनको बनाना चाहिए. लालू प्रसाद उनको बनाए, रिप्रेजेंटेशन दे. तीसरी बात, एक मिनट. Now Mr. Paswan is on the debate. Mr. Paswan, we have reached a very critical point in this fight. Mr. Paswan has not spoken. Mr. Paswan, this formula, will it work now? Rahul Gandhi has taken the Lalu Prasad formula and made it 2 times, 3 times, 10 times exponentially, the caste element. Will it work? And how far will it work in your view?
No, Arnab, I think you have beautifully put it that there are certain forces which we call the Breaking India forces within India and outside India. And the face of the Breaking India forces is none other than Mr. George Soros. Is there a Mr. George Soros angle in it? It is just beyond my comprehension that RJD of all the political parties is talking about social justice. Arnab, let me explain you what is RJD. What is Rashtriya Janata Dal? Mr. Lalu Yadav is Sarve Sarva. His one son, if in power, will become the deputy chief minister. Another son, if in power, will become the health minister. One daughter will go to Rajya Sabha. Another daughter will fight for Lok Sabha election. His wife will be the leader of house in the Vidhan Parishad. So the entire justice is family justice, not social justice. This is point number one. Point number two, for Mr. Rahul Gandhi to make this claim is just preposterous. It is just foolish. It is just illogical, and it is just bereft of any reality. There is absolute. मैं आपके बीच में नहीं बोल रहा था सर. मेरे कुछ संस्कार हैं.
Pasha ji, he was speaking.
हाँ मैं बताता हूँ.
Pasha ji, I would request the RJD spokesperson to let BJP spokesperson respond because he was quiet when you spoke, sir. I'm just saying he was quiet when you spoke. You should also listen to him when he speaks. Nothing else. Let's be fair to each other, Mr. Pasha. Thank you, sir.
He's giving wrong
Pasha
figures.
Yeah, but let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
How many sons and daughters are there, ministers and MPs and MLAs in BJP? How many MPs, ministers and MLAs are there in BJP?
Pasha ji, I can.
Okay, I got the question. Now respond. Mr. Paswan. Mr. Paswan.
No, Arnab, we come to your show. We come to your show for a serious political discussion, Arnab.
Yeah, it's a solid political discussion. Please, yeah, please.
No, he is talking about Adivasi chief ministers. India Alliance has in power in so many states. India, देखिए, पाशा जी मैं आपके बीच में नहीं बोल रहा था, जरा सुनने का आप धैर्य रखिए आप सुनने का धैर्य रखिए. मेरे संस्कार नहीं है राष्ट्रीय जनता दल वाले. मेरे संस्कार नहीं है आपके ऐसे.
यही तो जानना चाहता हूं.
आप आदिवासी मुख्यमंत्री की बात करते हो. आपके यहाँ इतनी सरकारों, आप कितने आदिवासी मुख्यमंत्री हैं?
हमने बिहार में
Arnab, this is not the way. Arnab, if they are bereft of any fact, they don't have any logic, they don't have any reality.
If you can do it in your...
Mr. Pasha, please hear me. Please hear me. Mr. Pasha, kindly let him complete his point. After that, you make yours. I'm requesting you again. It's a strong debate. Mr. Pasha, you have a right to make your point, but you don't have a right to heckle him when he's making his 20 minutes into the debate.
Based on the caste census of 1931.
ठीक है, आपके लिए caste is everything. ठीक है, आपके लिए caste is
everything. Should it be increased or not?
Okay, for you caste is everything. No, now let him reply on the other side.
Arnab, ये अपना कुछ भी.
Please continue. Mr. Paswan, please continue.
No, he is talking about Adivasi. He is talking, Arnab, thank you so much. He is talking about Adivasi chief ministers. India Alliance की सरकारी इतने स्थानों पे कहाँ आदिवासी मुख्यमंत्री है? आपने बीजेपी से पूछा. ओडिशा का मुख्यमंत्री कौन है? आदिवासी. छत्तीसगढ़ का मुख्यमंत्री कौन है? आदिवासी. मध्य प्रदेश में डिप्टी सीएम कौन है? दलित. राजस्थान में डिप्टी सीएम कौन है? दलित. पहली बार चीफ इंफॉर्मेशन कमिश्नर दलित बनता है. पहली बार चेयरमैन रेलवे बोर्ड दलित बनता है. पहली बार आदिवासी की बेटी राष्ट्रपति बनती है. पहली बार आदिवासी का बेटा प्रधानमंत्री बनता है. और अब आपकी हैसियत नहीं है. आपकी हैसियत नहीं है. You don't have the audacity. लालू यादव अपने परिवार से आगे नहीं देख सकता है. लॉजिक नहीं है, फैक्ट नहीं है, रियलिटी नहीं है. अरे क्या वीकर सेक्शन क्या किया आपने वीकर सेक्शन के लिए? क्या आपने वीकर सेक्शन के लिए? मुसलमानों की वीकर सेक्शन की बात किसी ने की तो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने की है. पसमानदा की बात की है. पसमानदा की बात की है तो मोदी जी ने की है. मुसलमान महिलाओं की बात की है तो मोदी जी ने की है. हिम्मत नहीं है आपकी.
Because of our movement for social justice, you are forced to give the high position to SC/ST and OBCs and Dalits and Adivasis.
अरे आदिवासी कौन है? राष्ट्रपति कौन है? प्रधानमंत्री कौन है? उड़ीसा का मुख्यमंत्री कौन है? आपने क्या किया है? बेटा मुख्यमंत्री.
Our policy.
Viewers, this is you see, one minute. This is a very strong debate. Mr. Pasha, I'll tell you. Mr. Pasha, I want to say something. Mr. Pasha, you have a right to your view. What I'm saying is that it's all right. You are saying that there should be a quota for caste in the Miss India competition, and that is Rahul Gandhi's suggestion that organizers of Miss India should have caste. But to say, but to start saying, let us divide army on caste. Ratan Sharda, let us divide judiciary on caste. Let us divide finance ministry on caste. And let us divide the railways on caste. Tomorrow, I am telling you, Rahul Gandhi is going to say, let us divide the cricket team on caste. Let us divide the hockey team on caste. Let us divide the Olympic contingent on caste. Because if you can bring caste into army, you can bring caste into sport. This is a real danger, Ratan Sharda. It will stop at nothing as long as he thinks it was going to get him a vote bank. Ratan Sharda.
It's happening in media also, Arnab.
Yes.
Tomorrow, your journalists are questioned that who is your boss.
Yes.
Whether Brahmin or whether is Dalit. So nobody can do anything in this country because Rahul Gandhi, who never gave social justice for 70 years, Lalu Yadav, whose entire politics is based on Yadav domination, they will tell us what to do. They will tell us how the nation is run. Guru Prasad has given enough examples. Guru Prakash has given even examples how under NDA, under BJP, Dalits have risen, SC has risen, OBC has risen, highest number of ministers, highest number of people rising in ranks, and these people are talking of casteist politics. They have done nothing. For them, every fault line is a great thing. See, Rahul Gandhi is obsessed with power. So he will do everything for power. Let the nation burn. Let the nation get destroyed. Let the nation go to hell. But he wants to be prime minister. After me, the deluge. That is kind of logic that Rahul Gandhi has. What has he done all these years? The kind of chief secretary Rajat person is calling up. Who rose at that time? These are the secretaries who were nominated to UPSC by the UP
yeah,
government.
I would wrap
Those
this
are
up
the
by
people
only
who
asking
result
one
to secretary
question.
right now.
That when
He doesn't
Rahul Gandhi
understand
took the
governance.
help of certain Congress leaders to take over a multi-crore organization called AJL, why did Rahul Gandhi not give the hundreds of crores of assets of AJL to any Dalit? Why did he keep it to himself?
All the
Food
members
for thought,
of
ladies and gentlemen.
Please find the caste of all
Food
the
for
holders
thought.
of
Food for thought.
AGL.
Food for thought. Food for thought.
Please name all the trustees. You will find out who they are.
Ladies and
Who
gentlemen.
are the trustees of Rajiv
and
Gandhi
are-
Foundation?
Yeah, exactly.
None of them comes from Dalit
Exactly.
background. None of them. They are all
And
outcasts
viewers,
too.
it's not just the. I thank you all, dear panelists on panel 1.